Hello, YouTubers, and welcome back to another Walking Dead Survivor stream here on the Lily's YouTube channel. I'm, as always, your host, the Hot Patriot. And for today's episode, we're going to talk about pay-to-wins / whales in this game being told of scumbags and screwing people over and jumping them while they're trying to take comms. Also, I just found out a couple minutes ago that apparently, I guess, Jake Paul won that fight last night with Mike Tyson, which is very fucking infuriating. But then again, it's also, what do you expect when the guy is like almost 30 years younger than Tyson is? And, yet ducks every single opponent his own age at like 31 is what it is. So, because he knows to get his ass kicked by real boxers. It's basically the equivalent of, dudes, women's sports is what it is there. In this case, it would be Jake only fighting dudes that are like 20 plus years older than him at that point, So, and some could say it's elder abuse. Honestly, I don't know if I'd go that far, but I mean, it's close. It's close. But yeah, it's pretty messed up. And from what I didn't actually see the fight happen or whatever because I'm not going to pay for the Netflix thing. Is what it is. I guess Netflix has crashed for a bunch of people last night too, for that matter. Oof, damn! Just saw a video of some dude who apparently bet it all on Tyson last night and lost, and then smashed the shit out of his TV after the fact. It's like, damn, dude, chill out. That's exactly why you don't bet, tens of thousands or hundreds of thousands of dollars on a fucking fight like that, dude. Especially because some people said it looked like it was scripted too, for that matter. I don't know if it was or not. I know there was talk going around about it possibly being that Tyson was supposed to go down in like the 4th or 5th or whatever it was. I don't know if that happened or not, but yeah, either way, it's pretty interesting. Like I said, if I had been able to do something, I probably would have bid like a couple dollars each guy or whatever, then and tried to make some money there is what it is. But unfortunately, I'm pretty sure if you were betting on Jake Paul last night, I think if I'm not mistaken, the way that the odds were at the end there, you would have had to actually bet like, I think it was like $250 or $300 just to win like $100 basically is what it was or whatever. So yeah, I don't know how many rounds this actually went, but I just saw the video now of Jake like bowing to Tyson before he, like, the final moments of the fight or whatever. Dude, Tyson looked gassed as fuck right there. I mean, it makes sense. The guy's like, what, like 58, 59 now is what it is. Like, and hasn't really fought in like, 15, 20 years is what it is. So, I mean, at least they can walk away like amicable enemies at the end of the day is what it is there, dude. And that's what it should be, honestly. Like, no matter what, like, even if you're going to be, a piece of shit, honestly, like, to be able to sit there and be like, yeah, you were able to, go with me or whatever it is there. Like, that's how it should be, honestly, dude. And it's the same thing here, like what I'm saying right now with the comm stuff that we were doing here earlier. So basically what happened was last night into this morning, you basically had, it was my secondary region here, you had one of our leadership chicks be like, hey, just to let you guys know, like, save your energy and stuff like that because we're going to take comms later today or whatever it is. Didn't give us a time period of when we're going to start doing it or whatever. Just was like, hey, we're going to take comms at some point here. And we're like, okay, like, is there a time to do this? Or... And it was basically just like kind of like to be determined at that point, I guess, because of what happened with, I guess, yesterday. It was because I guess we're the secondary coalition for this war pack for the season. And it was first coalition, which would have been the other people who were, what the fuck do you call those people now? The WWE people that were in my region there. It was like them and 2 other clans or whatever from other regions that were together or whatever as a coalition then. They apparently started taking comms at some point yesterday, and I guess because people from 2230 have been able to infiltrate in this last region relocation go around is what it was for the season, before the season happened. There's at least a couple spies within our region, as far as my understanding is, and I don't know how many it is. It could be 1 or 2. It could be fucking 10 for all I know. Hell, it could be 20 for all the fuck I know. It's hard to say, but there's at least a couple, I guess, and that's why people were being jumped on in the main region there is what it is. And so, yeah, it basically became a point in time now where it ended up being a situation there where we basically had to take a bunch of comms in like a quick succession is what it is, and just a bunch of fucker went down is what it was there. And yeah, it all kind of just happened in like a quick succession there as it was. So basically what ended up happening was I was in game, didn't realize what was going on, ended up coming in, and there was a comm already being taken at that time, and that was at 6 a.m. And I'm like, okay, let me check some stuff. And then I start checking some stuff and then find out, like, okay, we're taking another comm in like a couple seconds. Here's what it is. And I was able to get there like right before that started. And then, okay, so as it is with this one, with all the comms we took so far today, I end up with a 2,500 rubies and 25 hours of speed up. So that's pretty good. Yeah, I took 10. I took So we ended up taking 8 in total. I ended up taking 11 to 20 in the no, sorry, we took 9 in total, I believe is what it was. Or no, did we take 8 in total? 9 total. I'm trying to remember now. I was part of all but one. I know that for a fact. And I took 11 to 20 in most of them, and then I took 1 to 10 in the other one. Here's what it was, and the last one that we were able to take. And then I think people detached us is what it was there, from my understanding. So, but yeah, it's just sad. Yeah, it looks like a bunch of the assholes from 2230 and their coalitions there basically jumped our shit, and then I'm gonna put on a 1 hour peace shield right now just to go check what the fuck happened, and then I'll put on a 12-hour one later on, so it'll be then. Because I really just want to see what the hell happened. Here's what it was. I assume we lost at least one, because I guess what was happening was we just kept taking the shit in like quick succession, like a couple minutes at a time was what it was there. Because by the time we got things done, it was basically, we had 2 more that we were doing at the time, and I believe it was, there was we had done 8, I think is what it was, or no, we'd done 7, I believe is what it was, and then we were on the 8th one, and that was almost 7 o'clock, and that's when you had a bunch of the other guys start jumping our asses and stuff. Yeah, looks like they disconnected our shit, then is what it is. Yeah, that makes sense. Okay, so yeah, we were able to take this one. We had 900 left, and they hit our things for it to where we would have to reconnect, basically. See, that's such fucking pussy ass shit, dude. Like, you know you're a fucking scumbag when you're doing that crap, man. When you're taking out outposts and stuff like that, like a dick bag like that. Yeah, you were the absolute fucking worst, bro. Like, you were a complete asshole at that point, honestly. And yeah, I guess that was the same bullshit was happening yesterday and stuff. And yeah, it really just showed that people are just complete fucking tool bags is what it honestly is. So I hate, and it's hard to say that it's not the case, honestly, because it really is, dude. It's just them being fucking cunts is what it ends up being, unfortunately. And it's just sad. It's just sad and pathetic is what it is. Well, if that be the case now, since I know we have the time, I'll just, like, I burned that hour shield, but I'll just do a 12-hour shield as it is right now then. And have us all the way through to reset tonight at 7 p.m. Then is what it is. And then just do a couple other things every route now is what it will be then. So, but yeah, so I end up getting, I think it was like overall like 2930, something like that, for the stuff is what it is there. And then yeah, just basically got what I need to get done basically is what it is. So it worked out pretty well, I think, for me anyway. It would have been nice to be part of that first comm. If I'd realized what was happening, I would have been part of it, obviously. But it, like, literally, as I saw it, because I saw, like, the thing I was thinking we were being attacked or whatever it was, and then saw the shit, and I'm like, oh, fuck. And then, like, right as soon as I was about to jump or whatever, I realized that, like, final blow was basically about to be done. So I had no chance of ever getting in there and getting anything done. So it kind of sucked like that. So, but it's semantics. Again, if, you know, And it's sad you can't even tell the people in the coalition like what time you're actually doing these things, so they can be ready and be part of the shit immediately. Because if you do say something, you might have somebody that is a fucking spy or whatever the case be, being like, "Oh, let's attack them now," is what it is. So it's like, "Oh, they're over here now. Let's attack them over here now." So yeah, I guess there is, from my understanding, well, that sucked. They said a legendary frag set there that had no fragmentation in it for the world events. I hate when they do that shit. Same thing with the epics too, because it always seems like it never seems like it's the rare or the uncommon ones. It's always the epic and the legendary ones that will be without fucking fragments in them, which is absolute bullshit. It should be guaranteed 5 frags at that point, no matter what. So, but yeah, going back to what I was saying though, with these people jumping our shit and then destroying our stuff. So basically, what happened was I was at the last comp that didn't get taken there. I had gotten a few hits in on that one, and then saw like one of the other dudes from the other war pact jump right behind me, and I'm like, I don't know if this guy's about to jump me or he's about to do something else here, but I'm not about to sit here and fucking get fucked up, basically. So yeah, as soon as I seen that shit, I got the fuck out of there, dude. And that was like probably like 25 minutes ago or so. Because yeah, it's like I'm not about to be fucking massacred out of nowhere while I'm trying to take this calm and shit. Although that being said, he was on fire at the time, so I assume somebody else that was more powerful probably beat his ass is what it was then. Who's to say I wouldn't be able to beat his ass too for that matter, but it's hard to say, man. That's the problem, like, with some of these people. And I think it depends if they have like a different what was I gonna say? Yeah, if they have a different town hall skin than ones you can actually just get from, playing the game over the seasons and stuff. Because if they have something where it's like definitely a pay to win skin, I'm usually like, okay, well, they're, probably stronger than I am when we get the fuck out of here kind of thing is what it is. So, and I'm assuming that maybe that dude didn't attack me because of the fact that I didn't jump him. So it was kind of mutual respect there, maybe, who knows. But, and the worst thing is I know some of these guys are actually people I used to play with in my original region because they had jumped over to 230 there is what it is, what became 230 then. And it's just sad to see, that happened. I don't think it was any of the people that were attacking today is what it is, but like I know some of these people that are in like the Odin Loki clans there are definitely some of the people that were in what eventually became 2239. So, and it's just sad because it's not necessary. It's, you can have, like, that's the thing, right? Like, I get if you want to have, like, a fight or whatever it is, dude, but, like, have mutual respect, dude, for other people. Like, if nothing else, like, start the fucking season by having, like, ground rules set in place. Be like, because that's the thing, right? Like, even today, like, in our main region there in, like, season 14, 13, whatever the hell we're in right now is what it is, we actually have the mutual respect of each other enough to where we're like, hey, just so everybody knows, don't jump each other while we're taking comms. And we literally have a fucking 15-minute grace period there is what it is for Reckless Fury. Like, that's the one thing that we got set up there in 141 today is what it is. When we take those comms at 11 a.m. is what it'll be. It's a situation there where it's like, hey, here's the deal. Like, no attacking at this time, basically, is what it is. And that's how it should be, honestly. It's ridiculous for people not to take that fucking what was I gonna say? Yeah, for people to do some shit like that and be all scumbaggy like that when they don't have to be. It's fucked up is what it is, honestly, dude. It really is. And really it shows you're a piece of shit is what it is. 100% across the board. Because if you're pulling some crap like that, like, you need to get your ass kicked is what it is. So, yeah, it's just pathetic and disgusting at the same time and completely unnecessary is what it is, dude. Like I said, there's no reason for it. There is absolutely no reason for it. And again, all it shows is that you're just being a dick. It just shows you want to be a dick to be a dick. And you want to be a toxic fucking player in this game. And unfortunately, all that does is later on down the line is it basically turns the game toxic for a bunch of people. And this is what I'm saying, dude. Like, ironically enough, like, everything wrong with this game all goes back to money. It goes back to the greed of the game developers But then it also goes back to other people involved, and that includes the people willing to pony up that fucking cash. I just fucked up on that one. I grabbed 10 thinking I was in the advanced fragmentation one, and I was actually in the other one with what's her face? Oh god, what's that chick's name? Magna. The Magna frags one. So I just wasted basically 10 frags for nothing. Or 10 long ranges for nothing there. I think I got like an epic fragment or something in them. And it was a bunch of other shit. No fragments at all, dude. So, except for the epic one. But, yeah. So anyway, going back to what I was saying, though. Yeah, you have these people that just want to fuck around, basically, and be a bunch of assholes consistently is what it is there. And then they wonder why people fucking hate them is what it is, you know? And why people got a problem with them, and why they want nothing to do with them at that point. And they're going to call them out for being a toxic sack of shit is what it is then. And it makes sense, you know? Why wouldn't you? Because when you have these people acting like toxic sacks of shit, why wouldn't I call you out for being that thing, dude, is what it is. So, yeah, it's sad and pathetic is what it is. And like I said, there's no need for it, man. There's zero need for it. You can easily be a good person and at least have something set up in place to where it's like, hey, like no attack. Like, and that's the thing. It's again, if you want to do like outpost battles, which is what most people do that have played this game long enough, they'll be like, hey, here's the deal. We're going to set up this fucking outpost over here, whatever the case be. If you want to have a battle for it or whatever, or even actually a lot of the cases, not even outpost battles, what it is usually is it's what the fuck do you call those things now? It would be the what are these called here? The passages. That's what it is. It's passage battles. It'll usually be like a passage battle thing where it's like, okay, you want to fight for this passage or whatever to get into like the next part of the season or whatever to get like into the higher columns and shit. Like, okay, let's do that. But the thing is, the fact that people are willing to attack us immediately while we're taking the lowest fucking comms of the season, like days into the fucking season, like it just shows they're assholes, dude. It just shows that 230 and who else is part of that now? Looking at it, let me go look at the fucking thing right now. Yeah, I need to go look at the regions involved there. Yeah, it shows that 230, 231, 222, and 211, respectively, are just a bunch of dicks, is what it is. And I realized this entire time I've actually been jumping my own guys in duels without even realizing it. Because obviously I'm 233, and then 234 and 218 are part of my thing. I was thinking I was actually attacking the opposite. Okay, so now I know for the future, 211, 222, 230, and 231 are the ones to attack in the duels is what it is there. Okay. So that's good to know. That's good to know. All right, let's see here. Okay, so 211, 230. Okay. 231. Yeah, it was FAM with some of the people coming over there and attacking us this morning, actually. So, yeah, it was them, and I think it was at least one of the guys from Wild. Wild was one of our guys that was helping us out. So, yeah, it looked like it was a few guys from FAM, and then it was, I'm not sure who else was in there. But yeah, there was enough people that were, it was hard to tell, man. It was so chaotic, unfortunately. But again, like I said, though, it's messed up because it's like all you're showing is that you're a piece of shit, basically, and you don't care about other people in this game. And all you care about is fucking with people is what it is, just to be a dick. And it's like, hey, if that's how you want to live your life, cool, bro. But like, we all fucking hate you. We have reason to hate you now. Go fuck yourself forever is what it is. So, yeah, like it's the whole thing, dude, unfortunately. And like I said, all it does is breed contempt and stuff like that. That's what it is there, because you're basically showing that you're not worth playing with is what it is. So really it just shows you got multiple toxic regions all mixed together is what it is there. And again, I understand if there's some, like, I get, right, if you have like issues in the past, like whether it be a season ago or whatever it was, there with other people because they were, attacking on you maybe or something like that. But again, like, it's a different season now, bro. Like, let the past be the past. Let your fucking differences be settled. Shake hands, whatever the fuck you got to do at that point. Who the fuck cares? Honestly, like, get over your fucking, egotistical bullshit is what it is, and be a goddamn grown up is what it fucking is, dude. Because a lot of us are sick and tired of it. Seriously, I'm almost 40 years old, for God's sakes, dude. I don't need to put up with this fucking like 14-year-old little punk ass bullshit. Where the sad part is, it is a bunch of fucking like 14 to 20-year-olds, give or take, probably doing a bunch of this shit is what it is. That got mommy and daddy's fucking credit card they're swiping through every fucking day is what it is there because they're a rich little fucking pussy ass, rich little bitch is what it is. So, it's like y'all are 100% the problem, dude, is what it is with this game because you're creating a toxic environment for everyone else is what it is. Most of us just want to live in peace, dude. We don't really want to be farmers is the thing. But at the same time, we don't want to be attacked constantly 24 fucking 7 is what it is either. So maybe don't be a dick, That's all I'm saying, bro. Like it's not that hard to not be a dick, man. Like you're choosing to be an asshole is what it is. Is what it really comes down to being. And it's sad and pathetic because all you're showing is that you are part of the problem, not part of the solution of this game. So but yeah, it'd be interesting to see, going back to the Jake Paul Tyson fight for a sec now, it'd be interesting to see if Jake Paul actually fought a guy his own age, if he would actually win or not. Because that was the one thing the guy that's buying my place here is what it is. We were talking last night about the fight, and he was mentioning something. He said the worst thing is, as far as his understanding was, at this point, Jake Paul was not considered a professional boxer yet, but because of this Tyson fight, he is now technically considered a professional boxer now is what it is. And that is kind of fucked up when you think about it. That like fighting an actual boxing legend and having this be like an actual like sanctioned fight or whatever it is. That now this guy's considered a professional boxer and has, pretty much an undefeated record is what it is now. So at least I think it's undefeated anyway. It's pretty close anyway. I believe Jake has like one loss to somebody, but I'm not sure exactly who it was. But the thing was, like, most of his fights, as far as my understanding were, it was like some joke ass bullshit between like him and a bunch of other, literal gay ass YouTubers. What it is there. So I wonder how many people are going to try and jump ISHO speed now is what it is, since he apparently called up Jake last night, like about an hour or so before the fight, and was talking about Tyson beating Jake's ass. Because that might have been the jinx, honestly, at that point then. So, I don't know. Personally, I'd love to fight ISHO speed myself, because that kid needs to get his ass beat in the streets, honestly. He's such a little piece of shit punk is what it is. A lot of those fucking nuisance YouTubers, him, Johnny Somali, all those fucking guys need to get the shit kicked out of them is what it is there. And by society is what it is, dude. So, anyway. But yeah. So basically, going back to what I was saying, though, is the real problem there is now you have Jake be considered an actual legitimate fighter now is what it is. And it kind of sucks on that aspect of things because the guy is kind of a joke, honestly, dude. Like, for real. Like, he's a fucking clown. Just like his idiot brother Logan, who I actually hate more just because of the Suicide Forest stunt shit years ago, and it cost me money on my main account on this site. So, and that, if you ever want to know why I hate Logan Paul with a passion, that's exactly why. Because the motherfucker cost me upwards of probably at least $20,000 throughout my life in AdSense revenue and everything else like that over the last decade or so after that Suicide Forest bullshit. So, which I don't. The thing is, I don't get. The one thing I never understood about that was like, how are you going to punish the entirety of the site and fuck over people like me who were like under 1,000 subs when this dickhead over here was the one doing this fucking shit, dude? Like, no, punish his ass, and that's it. Like, nobody else should be punished, dude. Like, it should just be this dick smoke over here is what it is. So, But that's the problem. They didn't want to do shit like that. They were like, no, we can't do that because that would actually make logical sense. So let's go ahead and punish everybody. Like, fucking retarded, dude. Seriously. So. But anyway. I don't know. It's all a bunch of fuckery is what it is, dude. Unfortunately. Alright, let's see here. We got 120, 122. Check my other dudes right now, see how close they are. So 40 and 10. So we got. Okay, what's the other ones up here now? Princess is at 85 of 260. Rosita is at 30 of 60. I think we go for Princess on that one, actually. So we take her to 150 of 260 with those fragmentations. At this point, I'm going to go ahead and put my... So there's only a couple hours left right now before we start taking columns and shit. Go ahead and reposition my guys into place right now for my other formations for taking this stuff later, so it'll be... And then go after a couple things here, so it'll be... But yeah, so basically going back to what I was saying though with the the Jake Paul, Mike Tyson thing, there's what it is. Yeah, you have Jake basically fighting people that are like way older than his ass is what it is. And if he was fighting guys his own age, you probably wouldn't be able to hack it, honestly. And it's no different really than, you know, these dudes that take advantage of female sports and stuff like that and go out there and, you know, run a track and field event or whatever against a chick who's like half the leg strength that they are because they're a biological male and shit. You know? So it's like, hey, if that's how you want to live your life, like, you know, congratulations, pussy, you want to fucking fight, you know? Like, well, I'm gonna call you on, that's what it is there, dude. Seriously. So yeah, I don't know. I think it's like I said, I assume the whole thing was staged this entire time, given the fact that I thought it was supposed to be over a year ago this was going down or whatever, but then it like took this fucking long to happen or whatever, so I don't know. It's just weird, but whatever. It's over, it's done with. People can stop talking about it, thank God. We can all move on with our lives at this point. So I don't know. I've always thought boxing was kind of a clown ass sport anyway. For several different reasons. Because like really the most of it is the fact that you have these dudes who it kind of goes back to the whole Floyd Mayweather Conor McGregor match. There's what it was, and comparing, you know, one sport being MMA to, you know, boxing. Mayweather didn't really win that fight against McGregor. What he did was he outlasted him, and McGregor just gassed is what it was, dude. It's no different than Tyson last night, like, because the thing is, you're doing, you know, X amount of rounds, like 2-3 minute rounds, over it is there, comparing to MMA, where you're not using boxing gloves, you're using just bare knuckle fists is what it is in most cases, or, you know, and I guess technically it'd be, if it's not bare knuckle fist, it'd be fuck's that called now, like the little black gloves is what it is there. So your little MMA gloves is what it is essentially, so you don't break your knuckles and shit. I think is what it is. Like, so it has a little bit of padding there, is what it is there. But it's not a whole lot, is what it is there, dude. Is what I'm saying. Like comparing to like big ass boxing gloves is what it is there. So yeah, it's sad. And the thing was with Tyson, like if you actually take Tyson in his prime though, like there's no way that Jake Paul beats him legit at that point, dude. Like, it just doesn't happen. And it goes back to the fact that Tyson himself was such a goddamn beast is what it is, dude. Like, dude was going to be kicking some ass is what it is. So. Yeah, people are talking about the busy day ahead. Why do people keep sending me? Dude, I don't need your fucking shit. What the fuck? Like, stop sending me stuff. Like, seriously. I think it's because they're right there is what it is. It's like, I don't want your fucking shit, bro. Like, fuck off with it. You know? But anyway. But yeah, it's fucked up though, like I said. Like, it's sad. It's sad what we've come to in this society where, you got dudes who won't even basically might as well say fight fair at this point, honestly. So yeah, it's just pathetic is what it is, unfortunately. And again, that's what it comes down to being in most of the cases is it's just, pathetic ass bullshit is what it is there, dude. People that just want to be pathetic is what it is. So it is what it is, man. But and it kind of it very much does correlate to what I'm talking about with this calm thing too as well this morning, because it's these people who, they don't care about shit. They don't care about, if you, and that's the thing, right? It's basically like, I gotta go do something real quick and then I'll be back momentarily with this train of thought. So, trying to make some breakfast is what it is. I'm gonna be awake for the next few hours. But yeah, so basically what it correlates to is that you got people who are so short-sighted that they're not seeing the big picture of the window and stuff like that. Or see the big picture beyond the window is what it is. Or the forest or the trees, however you want to do the analogies, there's what it is. Where all they're seeing is basically like what's in front of them right now. And thinking, okay, we can just, fuck these people up right now is what it is. Not realizing, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 seasons down the road of this game, if they're still around, which they might not be at that point, which those of us who are right now potentially will be, because we're in for the long haul kind of thing is what it is there. And yeah, all you're doing is basically, showing everybody that this is why we hate your region. And so in the future, what's going to happen is you're going to see those regions either have a mass exodus of people that don't want to have that stigma attached to them, or it'll be a situation where they don't really care either way, and it's just simply, them doing whatever then, and, like, fuck everybody else kind of thing is what it is or something. And if that be the case, like, whatever then, but at the same time, it's going to be a situation there where you're going to have people get affected by it long term, so it'll be, and I don't think people realize that, or they don't care enough to realize that, and unfortunately, it just hurts their own people in the long run because it makes them targets down the line is what it is then from other people. So anyway, but yeah, so basically it's just stupid. Don't do it is what it is, dude. Like, that's my best advice to people is, if you're gonna do whatever, like, don't be a dick, like, have some mutual assurances, have some mutual respect, etc., for your fellow players is what it is there. And don't be the fucking scumbag piece of shit that's just gonna jump people while they're trying to take a calm, or knock their fucking anchor point out before they can take said calm is what it is, because again, you're just proving that you're a fucking asshole piece of shit fucking cunt is what it is, and you need to get your fucking ass kicked in real life is what it is then, dude. And that's the thing too as well, like, when you start looking at a lot of these people that are, that play these games and stuff like that, and you're able to see behind the computer screen and stuff like that, they're a bunch of fucking pussies, dude, in real life. Like, they'll never actually, like, they're the kind of dude that'll sit there and talk shit on the internet, or like death threat you on the internet or whatever it is then, not have the fucking balls actually backed up in real life is what it is then. So, or even worse, they'll be the pussy ass little bitches that'll sit there and, throw a federal swatting against you, or throw, what's another good analogy there? That would do like they would just do a regular swatting against you or something like that, which, by the way, for those who don't know, is in fact a fucking felony in this country. So yeah, don't do that shit unless you want to get fucked up, man. Like seriously. Like probably not a good idea to do that. So anyway. But yeah, people are just retarded is what it is, unfortunately, and you know, when you're gonna be a fucking retard, like I guess you might as well be super retarded, I guess is what it is then. So anyway. But yeah, so basically the plan for today is similar to what we saw with the other region there, which is basically um, just doing a bunch of stuff in like quick succession is what it'll be then. So hopefully it works out pretty well and we can actually get things done today as it'll be and what have you. Huh, that's interesting. So only my F1 can actually deal the killing blow to these 34s, unfortunately. Makes sense. It's so much stronger than everybody else is. It's how big is my F1 here? Yeah, it's almost 4.7 million comparing to my F2, which is 4.4. Well, that being said, I didn't have my thing set up correctly on that, so maybe that will be able to take that out. Let me go retry that again with the F2. I doubt it, but who knows? Nope, still lost. Okay. Yeah, then it's got to be the fact that those are only 120s or 122s, while the other ones are 130 somethings. So that makes logical sense. Whatever. Whatever. Yeah, I'm getting my shit ready though for a couple hours from now, so we can take these comms over here. Just resetting things basically. Yeah, the only thing that bothers me actually with taking comms and stuff is that then you have to also when you have multiple accounts like I do, you can't just sit there and attack with one and then have it be connected to the other somehow. It has to be you jumping into each one of them and being able to, you know, go from one to another to, you know, make those hits and stuff like that's what it is, which sucks because eventually what happens is you end up having more in one than the other, so it is there obviously, but it's semantics at that point, honestly. So, yeah, it's whatever. And now that I realized I wasted a long range, or not long range, a elite relocation when I really didn't have to. There's what it is. I'm gonna have to go back and maybe make a different thing here so it'll do for the other guys. But yeah, so yeah, I don't know, man. That I'm glad I didn't put money on that fight last night though, because if I was going to, I probably would have gone Tyson, honestly, and I would have lost my shirt just like everybody else did. There's what it was. So, but that's exactly why I don't bet on stuff like that could be, you know, scripted fights or whatever you want to call it at that point, honestly. Which I don't know if it was or not, honestly. I mean, there was so much hype around it, though. It's like it probably was, honestly, like a fucking bunch of BS is what it is there. So, I mean, from my understanding, I guess it was still a good fight, though. I didn't get a chance. I'll check the highlights if somebody has them up there at some point in the future, then, because I'm sure they'll be all over the internet here the next day or so. Who it is. So, but yeah, it looked like just from that last little couple seconds, it looked like it was pretty good bout then. So, at least it wasn't like, you know, like one hit. I would have loved to see one hit knockouts because that's the thing, right? I remember back in the day when I was talking to some family friends. I used to be they were the ones that were in the 4-H group I was part of back when I was a kid, and it was one of the daughters was telling us the story where I think it was supposed to be a Tyson fight or something like that, and this was back when they were like 35 or $40 a pay-per-view things what it is or whatever. back in the 90s. And then obviously after that became like 50, 60. That was what it is for a lot of that shit, which is crazy amount of money to throw out there for, a couple minutes of entertainment, basically. But yeah, so I guess it was the mother and the girls had gone to the kitchen to make like some snacks or something like that for the fight. Like they were making popcorn and like some other shit or whatever it was. And all of a sudden you hear their father out in the living room being like, he loudly proclaims, "Fight started." And then like probably about like less than like 20 seconds later, he's like, "Fight's over." They're like, "What?" And I think it was a Tyson fight, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, he literally, it was back when Mike Tyson was in the prime, and he just knocked this motherfucker out cold, is what it was, in like one hit. Like it was like first round knockout, literally. Yeah, I think, if I'm not mistaken, I believe they said in the when they ran out and then saw like the replay or whatever it was, like it was basically them touching gloves, and then Tyson's like, and just like Iron Mike's his ass, is what it is, then, dude. And that's what I'm saying. Like if they were, and that's what I'm saying. Like I truly believe, like if you took Jake Paul back 20 years in the past, 25 years in the past, something like that's what it is, Mike Tyson in his prime, bro, no way that motherfucker would stand a chance against Tyson. Like Mike Tyson in his prime, it would have been a one-hit KO at that point. Because it always was. Like almost always, dude. There's a reason why they call the guy Iron Mike, for God's sakes. And it's because he fucked you up. Literally. So. But yeah, it's just, I don't know. It's hard to say, man. Like I said, I don't know if it was scripted. I don't know if it was staged. I don't know what it was, but whatever it was, I don't know. I just don't like the fact that Jake Paul is now considered a real boxer, is what it is, when he's really not. He's just a pussy-ass YouTube fuckboy, is what it is there, dude. And a fucking clown. A nuisance YouTuber is what I consider that guy to be still, is what it is. So, I mean, I will give him credit for putting on a ton of weight, though, to actually be in the heavyweight category, though. So, like I said, I at least have mutual respect for him on that aspect of things. To where I'm not going to sit there and give him shit about that or whatever. I'll be like, nah, dude, like, good for you for, actually taking the time and the effort to put in the work there is what it is. So, but either way, it would have been nice to see Tyson fuck his ass up and have it actually be the video game. The old Mike Tyson knockout game where it's the little kid basically getting the shit kicked out of him by Tyson. So everybody kept comparing to that. Maybe that's what it was. Maybe it was the meme, got defeated or whatever it is there. So I don't know. Either way, it's kind of funny. But yeah, whatever, dude. I don't know. Semantics. So, but yeah, I don't know, man. Like I said, I think both guys did a pretty good job in their respective aspects of things there, and good on both those guys for getting a payday out of the whole thing. And it's all said and done. Like, more power to you on that one. Because that's what I think. I think that's what it was really about, honestly, when it was all said and done. It was basically just them trying to all get a payday is what it was. And, hey, if you can get a payday, like, good for you. So. I think Jake made like $8 million or something crazy like that off this fight. And I know Tyson was guaranteed, like, I think it was like $4 million or something like that. Which is and that's what always bothered me about all that kind of stuff, dude, is it's like just that crazy amount of money that comes about from that stuff. When it's like, it'd be nice if somebody like me were able to get like, a couple $1 million or just get my fucking face beaten for a while. Shit, man. As long as I know it was gonna have like a broken jaw or something like that, or like, you know, like serious like swollen shut black eyes and stuff, like I'd be willing to take a beating for a couple $1,000,000. So, but anyway, I don't know. But anyway, going back full circle to the calm stuff though, yeah, it was fucking scumbaggy of like Loki and Fam and stuff like that to do what they did this morning, and the fact that you had to have our side, you know, doing whatever so that we could basically just like avoid getting fucked up. That's what it is. It's just ridiculous, is what it is. Because it shouldn't have had to be that way at all. It never needed to have to be that way, and it should have just been mutual respect enough for people to be like, you know what? Because the thing of it is, right? Like, to me, what they're essentially showing is they're showing twofold stuff, is what it is right now. Some people would say they're trying to show dominance. They're not, though. What they're showing is that they're actually scared that a 3 region war pact can actually get shit done, whereas a 4 region war pact possibly can't. And so what they're trying to do is they're trying to fuck us over early on enough in the season so that we can't get momentum going and be able to take down stronger comms and take down passages later on, is what it is, I believe. And again, when you're pulling shit like that, all you're showing is that you're a scared pussy ass bitch in many cases. Because it's showing me specifically that y'all are scared of us, is what it is, dude. Because you're weak in many cases. And that's what it is for a lot of the cases, actually, dude. Legitimately, it is. You have a lot of these people who are like super ass weak, and they're not strong at all. And if they actually were strong, they would be not hiding behind like one big ass whale. And that's I think the biggest problem I have with the game entirely. It's the people that will sit there and they'll talk shit constantly, and then they'll sit there and hide behind some like fucking mega whale, knowing that that person's gonna save their pussy ass. Versus if it was just them versus whatever, like they ain't gonna do shit at that point, dude, because they know they're gonna get their ass beat, is what it is then, and get fucking stomped out and be zeroed and stuff like that, is what it is then. So, because that was one thing I remember watching on the one Facebook page for this game a couple weeks ago. Somebody was talking about it, and they were saying something about, I guess there was some player, I forget what region it was in, but they would like constantly talk shit every single day to people and be like, oh, let's go. And then as soon as they, you know, person was like, okay, cool, let's go. And then the dude like fucking basically backed down and like hid behind some fucking mega whale, or had some mega whale reinforce their town, is what it was. So that the person that was attacking or whatever would get fucked up by that dude's formation. And this person would lose nothing, is what it is. Whereas they knew damn well if it was, you know, attack versus attack kind of a thing there, they would lose everything, is what it is. And that's exactly what they were pulling. They were pulling some bullshit, is what it is. And that's what I'm saying, dude. It's nothing more than that, honestly, where you have these fucking people doing that kind of crap. So it's just sad and patheticness is what it is. But anyway, I don't know, man. It's fucked up, like I said, and it doesn't need to be. Like, it's just people being assholes for no reason. So, like, there should, like, and that's the thing, right? Like, there should really always be a mutual understanding that, like, you don't jump people when they're taking comms, dude. You don't fucking attack people to do while they're doing this or that or whatever it is, dude. Because that's the thing, right? All that does then is it breeds animosity later on. Excuse me, let me get a drink real quick because my throat's kind of doing a little whatchamacallit there. I don't know if I'm getting sick or what it is, dude. It's like I'm having like some horse issues going on or something right now. I hope not, but then again, it's the guy who is buying the place right now. He said something about his mother-in-law being sick the other day. Somebody might have fucking brought something to me by accident. Didn't even realize it. I hope not. That's the last damn thing I need is to get sick right now because I'm supposed to take my medication here this weekend is what it is. So, yeah, that wouldn't be good at all, man. But anyway, fuck was I saying then? I don't even remember now. I don't know. My mind just completely blanked out now. Oh, yeah. That's right. Yeah. So basically, going back to what I was saying, though, is all you're doing at that point is you're basically showing people that you are the problem. And what you're actually showing them in the long run, long term, is that, okay, if we're going to do this shit where you're attacking us during comms and you're taking out our anchor points, well, guess what, motherfuckers? As soon as we see you taking a comm, we're just going to jump to your fucking area and start knocking your shit. That's what it is. And fuck you up to where you can't take anything then. And then it just becomes this whole thing throughout the rest of the season where it's just continuous back and forth BS is what it is. And again, all it leads to is stupid bullshit in the long run because all it's going to do is lead to degenerate, stupid crap that doesn't need to exist in this game is what it is because of stupid motherfuckers. So it's just dumb. There is absolutely zero reason for it at all, and it's not necessary to do this kind of crap, dude. In fact, it should be looked at and literally squashed out every single fucking time. So anyway, but yeah, on that note though, probably gonna call it a day on that one. Need to make this food real quick, and then I'm debating if I want to make up some ham or something maybe this morning. Like cut up that ham here in the next hour or so, and then just start frying it up a little bit here and stuff. Maybe make some sandwiches or something out of it. I may do that actually. I'm seriously considering it right now because I need to use it up honestly. So it'd probably be smart to do that honestly right now. But anyway, I don't know. It's hard to say, but like I said, it's fucking infuriating though. When you see people doing shit like that, and it's, you know, it's like, dude, I'm just trying to fucking get ahead here, like, or at least maintain, you know. And the thing is, like, not the thing is with all that stuff though, it's like not only are they fucking up your shit or whatever, and making it a toxic environment for everybody is what it is there. It's they're then how am I trying to say this now? Yeah, they're making it a toxic environment for everyone, but they're also at the same time basically breeding resentment in everyone because they are they're making everybody hate them is what it is. And so, like I said, it basically leads to a situation down the line then to where, you know, a season or two down the road, you're basically going to have those same people be looked at and be like, yeah, it's these fucking assholes again kind of thing. And then it's the same exact shit like what we saw here in the last couple seasons now, where you had to have people like Megan move to a different region entirely, and now I'm in the region she's in, obviously, a couple seasons later. And it basically just led to resentment upon resentment is what it is there. And so, yeah, you basically have these people that are just toxic for the game entirely is what it is there, dude. And unfortunately, they tend to be the pay-to-wins. They tend to be the whales of the places what it is there. They're giving the fucking developers a bunch of money and stuff. And so because of that, the developers looking the other way and stuff like that and being like, well, it's not our fucking problem. It's like, the hell it's not, dude. Like, you're basically breeding a toxic environment is what it is there by allowing these people to continue on there is what it is there. So, and if that's what they want to do, that's what they want to do, honestly. So, you know, fuck them. But, yeah, I don't know, man. It's hard to say. Like I said, though, very, very bothersome. Completely unnecessary. And just zero reason to pull this crap when it doesn't need to be pulled. And like I said, it's really just sad. It's sad. It's pathetic. It's a bunch of BS in general. So, and I think the saddest fact of the matter is you got these people that are just going to sit there and put up with it without saying nothing, because again, if they tried to say something, then they're going to be, labeled as, whatever. And, or even that for that matter, they don't want to say anything if it's in their own regions or whatever, because if they say something in their own region, then it'll be them being labeled out and being, like, okay, cool, I guess you don't want to be part of this clan anymore. You don't want to be part of this coalition anymore, whatever it is there. And so they'll just kick you out of the fucking, the clans and stuff like that, and then put hits out on you is what it is, and that'd be the case then. So yeah, you got people that'll just keep their heads down and not say a fucking word or whatever for, fear of that kind of shit is what it is, retaliation, whatever it is there. So, and that's even just as bad, honestly, because they're doing that, then you're not addressing the real problem is what it is then, and then it basically just breeds more bullshit in the long run, and it's not cool, man. And that's what I'm saying. Like, it's people that, like, really what it comes down to being is it'll be those people then that later on down the road will simply just, dip out to a different region, if you will. Jesus. I was just looking at this one region over here. People got all kinds of fucking comms just up for grabs right now, is what it is, dude. Like, good lord, man. So, at least they got some free shit over here I can just take right now, so that's good. For some scavenge sites and stuff for a couple of days. But anyway, they really need to go above 34 at this point, especially when you're allowing us to take like 39s and 40s and shit now. So, and go ahead and take this one down here. Cool. All right. So that's all done. Just got to do my other attack bonus stuff. And I should be good to go then, is what it is. So, yeah, I don't know, man. It's just kind of scummy. And like I said, it's sad that we had to basically sit there for, out of nowhere, not even knowing when comms are going to happen. And then, like I said, I basically woke up in the chair this morning because I'd slept out here thinking I was going to, sleep out here to wait for the other comms for the main account there. And then, yeah, sure enough, just flipped over to the other secondary region there is what it was. And then found out, oh, we're taking comms, I guess. So it's like, all right, cool, let's do this then. And then, yeah, did it successfully for a handful. And then, unfortunately, like I said, the fucking pay-to-win pieces of shit walked in there and started fucking with people's shit is what it is then. So, it's just sad. It really is. Well, I got a ton of fucking commendation in this account. I didn't realize it was there. Like over 1,000 really is what it was. Let's see where I'm at right now on that. 64th. That's cool. So I'm almost 10,000 right now for the season. So if I maintain top 100 here, I'd be able to take... I doubt that'll happen, though, because we still have 60 days left in this season then. But if I was to maintain top 100, I'd take 30 frags, 30 long ranges, 15 golden tokens for the season, some other shit. Let's see. Yeah, 60 hours. Most likely I'll end up 201 to 500, though, by the time the season's all said and done. So I'm taking 5 frags. Or, not 5 frags. I'll take 5 golden tokens, 15 frags, 15 long ranges, a couple keys, and like 30 hours of speed ups, most likely. And then right now we're 3rd in the coalition. If we can stay there, I can take 23 legendary fragments and then 30 hours of speed ups across the board for the other stuff. Our War Pact is currently 2nd. So, oh no, sorry. Our War Pact is currently 1st, actually, by about 220,000, give or take. So hopefully it'll stay that way. Actually, we're leading right now by about 700 right now currently. That's cool. On the 10th is when we get our mid-season rewards. So that'll be cool. Yeah, we got 2220 right now for Coalition Prosperity. If we can take all these columns a day, hopefully we can get to 6,000 is what it is. Because I want to be able to unlock those anvils and get them before the end of the day, basically. Because if I can get them before the end of the day, we got just over a day left right now for the stuff. So it'll be, we can get it done, then is what it'll be. That'd be nice. I very much appreciate that. So, anyway. Yeah, it'd be good times, and that'll be the case. So, but yeah, it just kind of, like I said, it just kind of sucks because, again, all it does is breed this toxic environment in the game, and you have these people that just want to fuck around, and then they don't realize at some point they're going to find out is what it is. Because the thing I've realized about this game is, right, like, no matter what, even if you think you're the strongest motherfucker out there or whatever, there's always going to be somebody stronger than you. Or if nothing else, like, there'll be a bunch of people who might be, quote unquote, slightly weaker than you. But in the long run, they're going to be the people that are going to be stronger than you because they're just going to team up on your ass is what it is then. And so it'll be them doing, I've seen it a couple times actually in various videos for this game is what it is, where you got like some dude basically just being a bully to everybody else is what it is there. And then you have like 8 or 10 people from the same region or a couple different coalitions in the regions is what it is then. And yeah, it's like the 8 or 10 people will just finally jump that dude at once is what it is there. And it's like eventually they'll overwhelm that guy's forces is what it is and eventually get at least a couple hits through is what it is then successfully and be able to burn that dude then is what it is. And yeah, even if they, you know, waste a bunch of their own troops and shit, it's whatever because they at least got, you know, something through to fuck this dude up is what it was then. And to them it's a success at that point, which in a lot of cases it actually is a success because you're showing that this person is not undefeatable and they are actually able to be, you know, hurt eventually is what it is there. And it's not some, you know, just, you know, mythical god or whatever the case be. They are able to just be a man of flesh and blood is what it is there. So, which is good because again, it shows, you know, the humbleness of that be the case and the people being humble then is what it is. So that's one thing I do appreciate with this game a lot is when you got stuff like that going on because it allows for people to finally realize like, hey, you know, it's time to do what we need to do right now is what it is. So, but yeah, I'm gonna like I said, I'm gonna go make some food then. Finish making what I was making then earlier. I really wish I had some fucking toaster strudel now is what it is because that just make me hungry for that now. I do have pears though in the fridge, so I know the one I ate last night looked like it was about to start going is what it is, even though it's been in the fridge for a couple of weeks and like really like holding this. So I think I'll take another one of those out and then eat that with my hash browns here is what it'll be. So, but anyway. But yeah, it'll be interesting to see what happens there and go from there basically. So but anyway. Yeah. My best advice to people is if you can't afford to lose, man, don't bet. Really is what it is. You know, going back to the Tyson fight thing. Like, don't be the dumbass that, you know, throws like $1 million down the fucking drain like a dipshit because you think, oh yeah, Iron Mike's got it taken down or whatever the case be when it's, you know, there's been so much shit out there about it being a potential stage fight is what it is there. And it's like, you're obviously a moron. Like, if you cannot afford to lose this money, do not bet this money, you idiot. But that's the problem with some people. They're fucking retarded like that. They don't have any clue. And so they'll just sit there and be a dumbass and be like, nope, I'm going to put it all on Tyson now. So, one thing I did think was interesting about this fight, I was looking into it last night, and they actually had Jake Paul at 2-1 odds to win. Like all these betting sites did. was like 66-ish% Jake, 33 point something percent Tyson. So I'm kind of not surprised it happened, but like I said, Mike Tyson really is not the man he used to be, unfortunately. And this really showed it, honestly. I mean, it did show that he could still go, obviously. Because, again, I'm not sure how many rounds they actually went for is what it is. But, yeah, it showed he could actually, he's still in, like, ridiculously good condition for, like, almost in his 60s is what it is right now. So, and that just shows, the performance of an athlete that wants to get back into the ring is what it is there. But at the same time, it's like, yeah, this was, like, this whole thing really was just a fucking, money grab, if you will. I think for both men is what it is. I think in some cases Tyson actually needed the money is what it was. And I know Jake definitely needed the fame and the glory and shit. There was what it was. So it's unfortunate that it happened the way it did. But again, it's whatever, man. So. Ain't no skin off my nose at that point. So. Like I said, me personally, it's whatever. So, happened to happen. I'm glad I didn't put money on the fight though, because I was seriously considering last night about putting a couple dollars down on Tyson. So, yeah, it would have been me just throwing cash against the wall at that point then. So, instead, I'm going to take that money here probably later tonight or tomorrow, one of the two. Head out to a Walmart, hopefully with my cousin, and be able to pick up some of these cool ass knives for Christmas time that I was checking out on that 702 guys channel yesterday that he picked out. So, yeah, I think I'm going to get, looking at my financials right now, I think I got enough for about maybe 4 or 5 of them is what it is there. So, I think my plan right now is I'm going to get at least one folder, probably 2 of the same one actually, because I want to get one for myself and then probably one for my nephew or one for a bug out bag, one of the two. And then, so one would be basically an EDC and the other one would be potentially for like a bug out bag or something then. And then I think I'm going to get 2 fixed blades is what it is that are pretty nice. That are the full tang handles and stuff like that. Because that's one thing I realized I don't really have is, like, I got a couple knives right now, but I don't have a lot is what it is. I got the Mora that was given, which for some reason, after cutting a pizza with that, wiping it down with a washcloth, or not washcloth, wiping it down with a paper towel is what it was. It somehow was able to get like weird like rust stains on it that I can never get off. So it's still a good knife, but it has like that weird like it's not really like rust. It's like a weird like shine of almost rust. So I have no idea how to get rid of that then. But yeah, my thinking is like just get a couple, cheap ass fixed blades. So if nothing else, it'd be, something again to have for the bug out bags and shit. So at least that's the plan right now anyway. So we shall see. And like I said, it'll be interesting to see what happens with the whole thing, and hopefully these comms in the main account will go smoothly today. I think they probably will, just because of the fact that again we actually have stuff set up with the other war packs and stuff, where it's a mutual like honored agreement right now, where it's like, yeah, you don't attack us, we don't attack you while we're doing this shit. It's like the same exact thing where you don't attack people when they're doing their fucking their tides events and stuff. Because again, you're just a piece of shit if you do that kind of stuff, dude. And it shows that you're not an honorable player is what it is then. And you're not to be trusted in any time in the future is what it'd be then. So, unfortunately, there's a lot of people that don't care about that and are perfectly fine with ruining their reputation on one account because they can just simply, jump to another one or whatever then, or, nothing else, wait a season or two, do a name and picture change, and come back as someone else or whatever the case be, but it's still the same dickhead behind the, mask at that point. So, I don't know, man. Like I said, it's sad to me is what it is, because there's no need for it. There's zero need to be an asshole in these kind of games. And if you're going to be an asshole in these kind of games, it kind of makes me wonder what you are in real life at that point. Then if you're an asshole in real life too as well, or if you're just, like I said, some fucking shithead kid acting like you're all a tough guy behind the fucking computer screen is what it is, when in reality you're just a pussy in real life is what it is then. Which, more often than not, that's actually exactly what it is. So, like, there's very few people that can actually stand up and, tussle, if you will, if they were to be confronted in real life over the shit they've done online or in games or whatever it is then. So, but I don't know, man. It's hard to say. Hard to say. For the most part, it's, like I said, just a lot of nuance and, crazy bullshit, basically. And yeah, it's just people wanting to be tough shit, I guess is what it is, or something. I don't even know. Maybe king shit. I don't know. Something stupid like that. But either way, it's just jackassery that's worse, unfortunately. And like I said, just scumbaggery that's worse, really, in a lot of cases. In many cases, actually. So, and yeah, all it does is lead to toxic environments, and it leads to toxic players, and it leads to people just not wanting to be around these people, and then they either just quit entirely, or if they don't quit entirely, they'll just go to a different region or whatever and start up a brand new game is what it is in some cases. And just start totally fresh is what it is. Which, unfortunately, with that, when you're doing stuff like that, all you're doing is basically taking away a better account from the game in the long run, because you just didn't want to be part of this BS is what it is or whatever. So, I don't know. It is what it is, but at the same time, like I said, it does kind of infuriate the hell out of me, because it's people that, they should want to have a better enjoyment of the game without being, forced to basically be in a dickhead's clutches, if you will. And again, if you're the kind of dickhead that will sit there and you will literally fucking knock people's shit for their anchor points on their outposts and stuff like that, because you want to be an asshole and stop them from taking a comm entirely, like, you're just the worst kind of piece of shit, honestly, at that point, dude. And are showing that you're just a pure toxic scumbag asshole cunt is what it is, who needs to get your ass kicked and get your shit zeroed out is what it is by like 50,000 people at that point then. So that's one thing I did realize this morning, though, is that it was a couple people who were able to match up with the people that came to attack us, and were able to burn these guys down pretty quickly is what it is, because they were all basically the whales of their respective clans / regions, what it is there. But at the same time, there was, I guess, at least one or two that were a little bit stronger than everybody else is what it was. And by the time that person like woke up and came through or whatever, then people were like, yeah, get the fuck out of here and like run back to season 1 basically is what it is there. And it's like, yeah, it's pretty crazy that you have stuff like that. And it's kind of sad actually on that one too, because again, couldn't even get things done because, people just want to be a-holes basically is what it is there. And it's like, okay, fine, whatever. So like I said, for me personally, I could give a fuck less. It's whatever. Like I said, there's a reason why whenever I saw those guys jumping in there, I'm like, yeah, I'm going to get the fuck out of here as fast as possible, because I'm not about to have my shit wrecked and have like the last 6 months of my fucking hard work go down the drain in like 10 seconds, basically what it is. And that's the thing that pisses me off the most about this game, actually, the difference between the pay to win and the free to play sides is what it is there. Is with the pay to win people, the whales and stuff like that, they don't give a fuck, because they'll just, make another 20,000 troops and be able to get them like immediately is what it is there is what it is. Whereas people like me, like, no, dude, like we've legit spent like the last like 2, 3, 4 months or so, gathering these, 10, 20,000 T10 troops is what it is there. And when we lose that stuff, like all you're doing is fucking us out of hard work and energy at that point. And it very much does become like disheartening as fuck is what it is, dude, because it's like, yeah, I don't want to lose all these troops, dude. Like, fuck that. So, like, now where I'm at in the game and my main accounts there, it's like, if it's something where some dude does jump me and it, costs me like 20,000 dudes or whatever, it does piss me off some, obviously, but it's not as bad if it had happened like, a year ago kind of thing where it was like I barely had that many to do anything with the shit is what it was. So, but yeah, it's whatever. So, I don't know. It's semantics. But yeah, one thing I'm going to do is I'm going to try to, here in the next hour or so, burn through all of my carnivores energy in this Season X region that I'm in right now for the main and all my accounts, so I can have that all gone and have it ready to be used up for potential stuff down the line in the next couple of days is what it is then. It's like the same thing with all the energy recently. I need to basically, all the ones I was using for boxing gloves and stuff over the last couple of weeks for the battlefield stuff for that shop or whatever it is there. I need to get back to doing that again. I also need to start figuring out a way to get more duels energy and have that shit be saved up or whatever. And then maybe, I think what I might do from now on is I might just stop doing entirely for a while when it comes to what the fuck do you call it now? When it comes to equipment stuff or whatever for my dudes, and I might just go after boxing gloves for the next like couple of weeks to a month or so, and just save up a ton of dual shop energy, a ton of the dual shop energy is what it is there, and just go after like 40-50 gloves a week is what it is there or something, so I can at least guarantee like a couple extra dozen hits on that shit is what it is. So, but anyway, so yeah, like I said, it is what it is, but it just kind of sucks to know that, people are going to be dickheads like that and, attack you for no reason and just try to take your anchor points away from you to be able to get stuff and whatnot. And it's sad, dude, is what it is. It's interesting to me too, by the way, how when all this was going down this morning in the 230 region, and that Season 8 there is what it is, that it was not until we got to the one set of stuff they started really jumping us. I don't know if that was because they had just got on there at roughly around 7 a.m. or whatever equivalent time it was in their time period, the atmosphere or the hemisphere is what it is here. So whether they be, like in China or Japan or maybe like India or something like that, some country like that's what it'd be maybe. So who knows? But like I said, it just sucks. And yeah, from my understanding, what was said there, I'm actually going to go back over there for a minute because I want to read what the one chick was saying earlier in the actual clan stuff there is what it is. So yeah, what she was saying was, and I quote, where's it at here now? Clan chat. Yeah, let's see. Somebody said, let's see. Yeah, somebody that was speaking Arabic said, when was the attack announced? And then one of the guys said back to them, I think it was a sudden event, needs to be resolved while not being attacked by Odin. To which that first guy responded back, didn't know what to say. Good luck. And somebody said only 2 were planned. And the skirty chick said, we have to take them when we aren't being attacked. They were not planned. Yesterday was a massacre with the other coalition. And then somebody asked her, said, is there anything else? And then people were just basically going back and forth and being like, yeah, here we go for another like couple minutes later, couple minutes later. And then it was at roughly 7:07 a.m. is when the one guy, the dude that was saying about the stuff not being planned or whatever, was telling people to go back to season region. Or not season region, go back to home region there for quote-unquote season 1. Because everybody was being attacked at that point. And then people were talking about how to get your troops back and stuff like that. Okay, let's see what was said here. This is at 40 minutes ago. Yeah, this person says, someone explain what the plan is. See communities taken and others that have not been taken. And then dude responded back and said, calm was set for today since it was done very quickly. Odin wasn't. Oh, okay. They were doing their restricted zone events. Yeah, and the guys would continue to go after them then. When they returned out for nation, restricted zone, they attacked us. Okay, that's what happened there. Okay, that's what it was. That makes more sense now. Yeah, that makes a lot more sense now. Yeah, I was going to say, I wondered where the fuck they were at then the whole time. So that's what it was. They were in that hour of restricted zone where they couldn't come back to the region or whatever it was. And then once they got a chance to get back in here, then they were just fucking our shit up a little bit there. See, that's what I'm saying. Like, that's just fucked up, dude, that you got to basically plan around their bullshit then. Like, it just, again, it shows, like, the just complete fucking scumbaggery of this shit, then is what it is. Because it shows these people don't give a fuck about anybody but their own BS is what it is then. Yeah, it's just messed up, man. What I think was interesting, though, like I was saying with the Odin Loki guys, is what it is there, though. Like, it wasn't even just them. It was also the FAM dudes from 234. Like, from what I saw, honestly. So, which I'm not going to say anything to any of those dudes that were attacking us because they weren't directly attacking me. And if I do say something to them, like, they might attack me next time is what it is. So, yeah, until I'm attacked, you know, I'm not going to, like, and that might be what it is, honestly, is it might just be the people they were attacking or the people who directly, like, you know, sort of instigated shit against them or whatever then. And they're like, you know what, fuck you, guy, or something like that. And so, yeah, it might be some shit like that, honestly, where it's just them going after, like, whoever then. That's, you know, basically talk shit to them in the past or whatever. And it's like, the fact that I haven't said a damn word to these guys, like, you know, maybe that's why they didn't jump me. And then again, it could also be some of the people that were in Loki and Odin and stuff like that would have known my username from past seasons where they were actually in the original region with me, and seasons 1 and 2 is what it is there, which I really wish the one guy, honestly, that was the big pay to win dude that called himself Hug Machine initially in that 239 season region, or yeah, in that region specifically what was there. I wish he had given that account to somebody else when he dropped it, because I could have definitely used that account myself. I would have definitely used that account to success. Because it was just a dead account for seasons, dude, was what it was. Like, it was legit, like, from season, I think, like, 3 or something like that, the guy stopped playing in that region entirely after spending a ton of money in the first 2 seasons to get, like, Ezekiel and some other shit there. And so, yeah, you basically just have an account, which, by the way, why would you waste that much money to get all the way to, like, level 12 elite shop, get Ezekiel and stuff like that, pay a bunch of money for that, even as a level 0. And I'm talking about just to get level 0 Ezekiel in this game, it's like, I think several $100s, if I'm not mistaken, dude. At least a couple $100 anyway. Not to mention how much time and effort and money it takes to put into the actual thing to get all the elite shop up to that point is what it is there, which is a fuck ton, obviously. So you're talking about probably several $1,000s. Honestly, that guy blew through that account, is what it was, and it's like the fact that you have somebody that's willing to blow like $4, 6, 8, 10, whatever $1,000 at that point then, and in the first season or two of this game, only to then abandon the shit like 2 seasons later. It's like, what the fuck, dude? It makes no sense at all to me. So, but yeah, he just basically like left that account just sit there and like be dead is what it is, or inactive or something like that's what it is there, and it's like that's just fucked up, man. Because again, you could have easily, if you don't want to be part of that anymore, whatever the case be, you could have either taken that account and put it to a different region and make it worthwhile again or whatever, or it could have been something where you just handed that off to someone else that was like a free to play person like myself, or whatever. Then, and we would have easily taken that account over and been like a fucking badass motherfucker at that point then. So yeah, it's a whole thing, but it really does infuriate the hell out of me because it's just a waste, dude. Because not only is it doing that, being a wasteful space at that point, you're also basically giving us fake powers. What it is then, because you have when they do the matchups for like lines recross and stuff like that, it's telling that side that we have like all this power over here, whatever the case be. But in reality, it's like you have like maybe like 1 million of it in this fucking guy over here or something like that's what it is there, and that dude doesn't even exist anymore on this fucking region is what it is there. The account's just null and void at this point, honestly, and just sits there is what it is. So, yeah, it's just really stupid, honestly. And like I said, I don't know why anyone would sit there and spend a ton of money in the first couple seasons of the game into an account like that and then just literally abandon it a couple seasons in. That's what it is. Like, it's just silly as hell, honestly. It makes no logical sense at all. Unless one of two things, honestly, unless they're literally committing like credit card fraud and shit like that to throw a bunch of cash down into that or whatever the case be, or they just have millions and millions of dollars to just piss away is what it is there and don't care. Which, like, the thing is, I don't know, man. Like, for me personally, like as someone who is very poor and stuff like that, it's hard to fathom. Even if I was to become like a multi-millionaire and stuff like that, whether it be like a lottery winner, whether it be I'd make an invention that just makes me a multi-millionaire kind of deal over the next couple of years or whatever, something kind of like that thing. Like, I just couldn't imagine just just spending thousands of dollars on something and then just like doing nothing with it after the fact. Like, that's just stupid, honestly. Well, in the first place, I would never, ever, ever spend, $1,000, $2,000, $10,000, whatever it is, dollars on a fucking video game. That's just stupid entirely. Like, I would never waste that kind of money on a microtransaction game is what it is there. Specifically because I'm not going to be the guy that has, a ton of crap is what it is then. So, yeah, it's a whole thing. But at the same time, it's like, it would be nice to be able to have something, that was like basically given to you or gifted to you is what it is there. So. Alright, let's see how these pears are doing right now. Yeah, this looks okay. Yeah, it's got a little bit of a spot in it, but not too much. Yeah, maybe grab 2 out here. Actually, now that I think about it, because it's worth it to probably have a second one, just in case. That first one is kind of bad. Yeah, this one's still pretty green, actually. The other ones are pretty yellowed out right now. So. So I'll show you guys this as soon as I get back in there. Show you the difference in coloration of these two pears right now. As soon as I wash this bitch off. All right. Should be before I go today. Yeah, you can see that one's still pretty green. That was the second one I pulled out of there. And this other one is quite yellow and has what appears to be a little bad spot right there on the side of it. So I'm going to cut that out with a paring knife here momentarily. But yeah, like I said, it's just the whole situation there, man, where it's, you know, people just being dicks don't got to be dicks is what it is. And it's unfortunate that people just want to be a-holes in this game and stuff. Where did I put my paring knife at now? There it is. That would be the, oof, that didn't sound good. The pump for the water downstairs. Well, it's not going to be my fucking problem in a couple weeks, though. I'll tell you that right now. Paring knife is not really wanting to cut this out, unfortunately. Yeah, it was definitely brown. All right. Well, yep, there's my other stuff right now. Let me go grab that as well. So it's kind of hard to bite through those ways. Another little brown spot on this side now. This tastes a little rock hard, actually, for being so much quality. Might be because it's just almost frozen because of the way the fridge is. It's okay. For those wondering why I'm eating pears, by the way, it's a good fruit, by the way. It really is. Also, it's one of the fruits when you look into it can get your A1C levels down, which my doctor was all about that. Of course, he wanted me to take a bunch of pills to do that, and I'm like, nope, not doing that, brother. So hopefully when I go see him here in a couple weeks is what it is, or a month or so, whatever it's going to be now, it'll be not an issue then. Because it'll be like, oh, your A1C levels are down, you're taking the meds that I gave you or whatever. I'm like, fuck no, dude, I didn't take that shit at all. Like, this is why we should talk about dietitian stuff, because I just changed my damn diet is what it was. And that's what I've done. I've been eating pears, I've been eating fucking salads, etc. for the last couple months now is what it is. And hopefully that'll be enough to knock it down to a level where it's okay then. Which, it's not like it's dangerous or anything like that, because it's only like, I think 5 or 6 right now is what it is. But he was like, oh, it's for your, because I guess it was like way low before that, obviously. But then again, it's also, if he had simply talked to me about what my diet was in the last year, I would have been like, yeah, I mean, a fucking shit ton of fucking TV dinners, dude. Like, and I'd much rather process shit and not a whole lot of fucking fresh fruits and vegetables, which was the truth at that time. And that's because of mom's, you know, hospitalization and then eventual death is what was there. So. Because unfortunately she could have cooked a lot of that stuff as what was there. And that's one thing I do miss quite a bit, actually, besides obviously losing this house eventually. So, but yeah, so basically, we got the majority of the comms taken this morning that we were going to take in the secondary region then, and they beat us on the last one, is what it was then, by taking out our anchor point, which is so fucked up, dude. But again, scumbags are going to scumbag, so not a whole lot you can do about that, unfortunately. But it is what it is. That being said, it is 9 a.m. right now, so I'm going to try to get ready to do some stuff here, and then in a couple of hours, it'll be us just taking our comms for the day is what it'll be in the main region. And so I'll be ready for that, obviously. And then sometime in the next probably hour or so, I'm going to text my cousin, see if he wants to hang out later today is what it'll be, then set up a time to go do a couple things, and it'll be which I think I'll probably be closer to like 2 or 3 in the afternoon then. And then we'll just go do some stuff there is what it is, and then, do whatever then. Nothing else. I could just, like I said, we could just have them, I'll just have them take me to Walmart or something like that is what it is, get a couple of the knives there is what it is, and then pick up a thing of trash bags or something there as well, and then grab one of the, those Motor City pizzas I've wanted to get for a while now. Maybe get 2 of those actually, and then have that one for dinner tonight is what it'll be then. And on the way back, maybe hit up the deli/produce place that's in this town and get a couple more heads of lettuce then, because the one head that I have out there right now is kind of very iffy, and it's definitely browned around the edges of the outer layers and stuff, so I don't know if it's good or not on the inside or not. I'm not going to even fuck with it at this point. I just consider it to be a lost cause because I didn't get a chance to eat it fast enough as it was, unfortunately, because when you're tired, you don't feel well, it's much easier to go and throw a fucking microwave dinner in the thing than it is to sit there and pick out a fucking cutting board and take a head of lettuce and like chop it into multiple pieces of it is there to make up a salad of some kind. So nothing else. I think while I'm over at the place too, I'll probably, if we do go to Walmart, then I'll actually get another different Italian dressing is what it is then, because the wishbone that I was given, that shit does not taste good at all. It just tastes weird. And I might pick up a couple of salad dressings actually, now I think about it. Maybe I'll get some French too or something then too. But yeah, that wishbone Italian that he got me though was just like, I don't know what the fuck they put in that. I don't know if it's the extra sugar or what it is, dude, but it's too sweet is what it is. Like, it just tastes weird. So, like, he got me a small bottle of something else before that was like about the same price, I think is what it was. And that was okay, but it was a little bit hot at the end of it because of all the vinegar and stuff. And like, I forget what else I put in there. It was like some kind of like peppery pieces or something like that, what it was, or something like that. And that was a little bit hot on the aftertaste though. But yeah, comparing that to this wishbone Italian though is like, it's just too sweet is what it is. And like I said, I think looking at the ingredients list of the 2 different dressings, there's what it is. It was, especially the salad dressings is what it is there. That wishbone one has like sugar or something added into it when it doesn't need it is what it is. So, and yeah, it makes it way too sweet is what it is then. Like, I'm okay with something being sweet, but like, that's just like overly sweet when it doesn't need to be is what it is. Like, they could basically cut that shit in like half and it'd probably be good. So yeah, I definitely want to get some different salad dressing then for sure, and then maybe get some Great Value ones or something, if that's the case then, or something. Store brands and shit that are much cheaper. So, and like I said, pick up a couple of things there, and then go check out the knife section and whatnot, and then go from there is what it is. So anyway, but yeah, so today will be interesting then, and like I said, probably should take a shower actually at some point here before I do anything else. But I'm trying to think when it was the last time I took one now. It's been some days, honestly. So yeah, it's been long enough. I probably should try to jump in the shower later. Is what it is. I think it was earlier this week when I took one actually. Now I think about it, like beginning of the week or so. So yeah, it's been long enough. I probably should just jump in there and take one then. Or I'd run out today, obviously. So I'm not just stinking the joint up is what it is. But anyway. It's not like I don't want to take a shower every day, but the problem is the plumbing in the bathroom is still messed up. Because that thing hasn't been fixed, and it's literally when I go in there and try to, pop the top thing is what it is there and do whatever, it's sometimes it doesn't want to do what it needs to do there to go, and I gotta fucking just keep knocking it with my fist until it eventually does like lock up somehow. I think it's a bad gasket someplace in there is what it is. It needs to be replaced or something, and I have no idea how to do that, obviously, because I don't have that carpentry skills and stuff like that, or handyman skills for that matter. And so it's basically just like, knock, 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 and then eventually it'll lock into place and start doing a full spout from the top so it is there. So, but whatever. Like I said, reiterating completely though, before I finish off today. Yeah, the people in 2230, 234, etc. are a bunch of scumbags. And the fact that they're willing to declare war like they did, where they are not even allowing us to take comms if they're around, is fucking disgusting and completely uncalled for. It's like, hey, if you want to win the season, dude, win the season fairly. Like, take the passages, take the higher comms, win the season outright. Don't be some little fucking cunt bitch fuck boy who wants to sit there and fuck with people who are older, who are wiser, who have more time in the game than you do. But because you have all the money, and I use that term loosely because you're probably putting on a fucking credit card, Desmond, I guess, honestly, in many cases. You're just a sack of shit is what it is, dude. You can go fuck yourself, legitimately. So, anyway. But yeah, that's pretty much what I'm after the day, though. I'm going to go grab my hash browns while they're still slightly warm, hopefully, and eat those with my pears, is what it is, and that'll be at least semi-breakfast this morning, is what it'll be then. I might do something else a little later then, maybe make some fried ham or something then before I go take a shower then or something, but that'll be probably the next half hour to 45 minutes or so, which would be around 10 before we take the comms and stuff. So, but yeah, I'm going to, like I said, I'll give my cousin a shout here in a little while, give him a chance to at least sleep for another hour if he's still asleep with what it is then, and then figure it out from there as it'll be. So, anyway. But, yeah, other than that, though, that's where we're going to be at for the day. Hope you guys enjoyed this episode. I will see you all in the next one. Have a good one, y'all. Stay safe, stay vigilant. And fuck pay to wins in gaming when you should easily be able to get ahead just doing free to play is what it is. So, you are the problem with everything. You and your fucking pocketbook are the problem with everything because you are making it worse for the rest of us is what it is. And you are the ones who are breeding toxic environments in these games to where most of us don't even want to play at all. And then all you're doing is alienating player bases. And then you're the ones later on, 2, 3, 4 seasons down the road or 6 months down the road, whatever it's going to be equivalent wise, that will sit there and bitch about, I don't understand why the game developers are making it so much more expensive to play the game now. Because your dumbass fucking bought in at this point to that point, you idiots. That's why. If you hadn't fucking thrown down the fucking credit card on the table and been like, take all of my money They wouldn't have taken all your money and then fucking, bent you over is what it is. For more money is what it is then. So, it's on you, man. It's on you, and it's on you to be the people that just say no. And it's also on you to be the people that, are cool enough to be like, you know what, we're not going to be a bunch of a-holes here. We're going to fucking have like mutual respect for other people and be able to see whoever takes whatever wins and, whoever bests and whatnot, etc. there. So, but yeah, it is what it is. But like I said, my plan right now is I'm probably going to be part of this region right now, this 230 region, for roughly about whatever little time left in the region or the season is right now, until relocation happens. Which I think in this case it probably won't be. I think we'll probably do season 8 and season 8X together in this. It'll be, instead of it being like a 60-day time span, it'll be like a 9-day time span, give or take. And then it won't be until after that for the actual season X is what it is then, is when I'll be able to jump again. And at that point, then I'll probably try to jump back to my original clan people from 239, who I think are in the 240s now is what it is. So I think it's 242 if I'm not mistaken. So I will rejoin them in a couple seasons what it is then, most likely, because the last thing I want to be is in any kind of weird toxic environment for more than a couple months here is what it is. And like I said, if I had realized that 230 was going to be the way it was right now, I wouldn't even come here is what it is, dude. So, or sorry, not 230, 233 is what I meant to say. Yeah, I'm in 233. Yeah, if I had realized 233 was going to be the way it was, and I'd realized 230 was going to be, because that's the thing. I fought those fuckers last season, and now I'm fighting them this season again in a different region. And it's like, yeah, like enough is enough, dude. And the worst part of it is, like I said, like a lot of the people in 230 are the people I was with in 239 back in the day. Like whatever regions came together to form 239, that's what I was part of. I was part of that originally in the first couple seasons, what it was with these dudes. And that was as soon as they got the chance to jump out, then they jumped out. Then is what it was with the relocation and went to 230 is what it is there. And I don't know if it was them making it toxic or if it was just everybody together making it toxic or what it was, dude. But it's just, yeah, it's disgusting. And I can't remember which season it was early on, but this was when it was right after that attack happened in Israel there. And yeah, you had a fuck ton of anti-Semitism going on there in the main like combat chat thing or whatever it is there. And that was just absolutely disgusting entirely, dude. Like they're like, I'll tell you what, dude, there was so much Islamic shit in that thing where it was just like Islam basically shitting on Israel is what it was. Like it was just absolutely sickening. To the point where it was literally just them talking about like, oh, it should have been more. That was what it was basically, and like people sitting there getting away with that crap. And it's like, dude, how is your account not being banned right now? Is what it is. To the point that I actually talked to people about that, and they're like, yeah, like report that shit. And like as soon as I started reporting, I guess the people did too, for that matter. And we're just like, I think there was like a bunch of accounts that got banned after that. Then for that reason, for just like hatred is what it was and shit. Which, again, like the fact that you're gonna let some real life shit or whatever the case be like bleed itself into a game is just fucking ridiculous entirely. It is what it is there. So it's like, hey, if you got a problem with people in real life, go fucking dispute that shit in real life, dude. Don't be bringing that stuff into fucking video games is what it is there. Get the fuck out of here. We don't want your ass in this community is what it is, bitch. So anyway. And the thing is, it's not like they weren't just being anti-Semitic, they were also being anti-Christian too, for that matter. So it's like, yeah, when you start attacking my belief system as well, motherfucker, like you can eat a dick on that one, bitch. So it's as simple as that, really. But yeah, it's just fucked up, man. And it is what it is, man. But like I said, I think in a lot of cases it is a lot of these little like shithead kids, basically, and like teens, 20-somethings and stuff like that's what it is. And it's like, like I said, somebody who's almost 40 in a couple months here is what it is. Like, I don't need this fucking aggravation in my life is what it is, bro. I got way too much real life shit I got to deal with. That's what it is. And like figure out my financials for the rest of the year, the coming years, so it'll be here. in coming years to go forward, honestly, for that matter. And make sure I'm homeless at some point where I don't need to deal with your fucking stupid, retarded nonsense and, game world is what it is there. So, but yeah, on that note, though, that's what I'm going to be after the day. Hope you guys enjoyed this and, have a good one. My best advice to everybody that wants to play this game is hopefully you can find a good region to start out with and stay with that region or stick with some of those people so it is there. And if nothing else, like if you realize that region is becoming a toxic environment, my best advice is I would say spend a couple of dollars and just relocate, man. Like when the region relocation things happen, if you understand that like people there are just being shitty is what it is or whatever, like get the hell away from those people and go someplace else and make that place a better place is what it is then, because there is no reason to attack others during events like that, dude. It's just fucked up. And it just shows you're a scumbag piece of shit. Like, have some damn mutual respect for everybody else in the game is what it is, dude. And like I said, if nothing else, like, flip a fucking coin of, okay, you have wheels over here, we have wheels over here. Like, who's stronger, basically? If nothing else, dude, like, you want to do a bunch of saber rattling and shit, dude? Have, like, the top 10 fucking whales of every single fucking region at that point on both sides fight each other. And whoever comes out of that battle takes the fucking, season or whatever then. Like, that's a simple solution right now, honestly, dude. Like, leave the rest of us the fuck out of it is what it is then. Like, have, like, a choose your champions thing or something like that where it's, like a best of 10 series or something like that. And it's like, yeah, if you can, you have, like, 10 different battles between, like, 10 different, like, 20 different people or whatever it is then. And depending on who comes out of that one, winners and stuff like that, like, that's how the fucking shit is chosen or something like that. And have it actually be like 1v1 is what it is. There don't have it be something where it's like, okay, you're going to have like this dude over here and they're going to be reinforced by this guy and this guy and this guy. Like, no, it's like, if it's like Awesome O versus, Kang or something like that. I don't know. I'm just making up names at this point. Like, have it be those two dudes. Don't have it be like those two dudes and then it be like, Lover 124 and fucking, JJ BJ or something like that. Like, join this other dude over here or something like that to reinforce their ass or some shit. Like, have these dudes go at each other and see who wins. So, anyway, but yeah, it's just stupid is what it is, dude. And like I said, it's just fucking nonsense that people just want to sit there and talk shit and then half the time they can't even back it up is what it is. Or it's, it'll be like the people that are like T8s, T9s that'll sit there and talk shit. And meanwhile, they got this super T10 whale back here that's the one backing up their ass then. It's just stupid. So, anyway. But yeah, on that note, though, like I said, I'm going to go ahead and call it a day. I'm going to get something to eat. Here's what it is. And I'm going to start doing some more stuff in my main region there to get my my things done there and make sure that I can have enough carnivore stuff to when we actually do get the prosperity that I can get my anvils and stuff right away is what it is there and have some left over for the next one in a couple of days it'll be then. So, which by the way, that's the one thing you should be buying from, of all the things you should be buying right now in the game. Like, my best advice to everybody out there, when you get the stuff, when you get the carnivore shops, depending on if you're in a season X or whatever there, because I think that's when they start really is what it is. Get enough prosperity done and go after anvils every single week if you can. Make sure that you're using up all your milk and stuff like that every couple of days what it is to because I think it's about 25 hours what it is between the time that it can go from 0 to all the way filled up then. So I would say if you can, like, like let it get up there a little bit again and then, start using it up again or whatever. Get a bunch of the bone fragmentation stuff and then have it ready to be used for like anvils and whatnot in that carnivore shop thing is what it is there. And also in the same aspect of things, you should be using some of the duels points in that duel shop to be able to get those anvils. And then now everything else after that then should immediately be used to go after the boxing gloves, because you're going to want extra ones of those 100%. And the fact you can get 50 of them a week now is what it is. If you can get enough points, there is what it is. It's a good deal, man. The problem with that is obviously is you got to have, I believe it is 500,000 points per thing. And I know for me, particularly within that 7 days, I think I can get, I think it's like 10, it's just over 10,000, I believe, in my main accounts ago. I was looking at my secondary region. There was what it is. I think it was like 9,000 something in that one, like 9,300 or something like that. So yeah, I believe in the mains, I can get like 10-3 a day or something per hit is what it is that I get for a win. So if I can get like 8 wins a day, then this is what it is. It'll be like 80,000 something ish, like maybe almost 90,000. So I could potentially get like, I think roughly 45 a week of those if I would do that all the way through, obviously. So that's my plan right now, is basically get enough gloves per week on that one to where hopefully I can max out almost all the way to 50 is what it'd be then, or close enough then. So, but yeah, my two main goals right now are going to be that and the anvils going forward, and that'll be it then. I won't even worry about the DIY glue or anything like that anymore, is what it is there. So, if nothing else, I'll just whenever I do merit stuff, I'll just do the merit things as it is then. I'll just do my DIY glue stuff from that is what it is then, and get a few there here and there is what it is then, or whatever. Because the thing is with the glue and stuff, yes, it does work out long term, but the thing of it is, it's not like it really is necessary unless you're trying to build up your the skill sets in your recruits is what it is there, which take them or leave them, honestly, at that point. Like, yes, it does make you a little bit stronger, but it doesn't make you like super, super strong. So they can be like neglected for a little bit of time anyway, while you're doing anvils and stuff to make your actual overall crew stronger is what it is there. So, but yeah, that's basically my plan right now, is I'm gonna do anvils, I'm gonna do boxing gloves from now on, and then it'll just be whatever. And yeah, it'll be, hopefully I'll be able to get faster than what it is, and I'll be able to get more of my stuff unlocked in a quicker time succession now is what it is. Because what's sad is, I know in some of these accounts I've spent legitimately probably 400 or 500 boxing gloves at this point, or maybe even more than that now, since that shit was introduced a couple months now, because of how many they've given you a week and stuff like that throughout various things. And the fact that I still have not unlocked all those cards is ridiculous. And it just goes to show like how infrequently those come up is what it is. Or really what it is it shows not only how infrequently they come up, but it shows how much when you do get a card to like flip or whatever, then is that it's not always the card you want. Sometimes it actually is a different card entirely. And because of that, now it's basically you have a chance of just getting repeat time and time again. But you can get that card like up from like 1 to like 6, 7, 8, whatever it is then, for the levelation of the card, or whatever it is there. But the problem with that is obviously is that you're still not getting into the other cards that you need is what it is. And eventually it'll be something where probably most likely, if I can get enough fragments for all the fragmentations what it is there, like as soon as my thing goes to 100, if I haven't gotten, or even if it's like 98, 99, something like that, and I still haven't gotten the fucking card or whatever, then I'm just going to say fuck it. And as soon as I can get it to 100 frags at that point, I'm just going to go click and just make it at that point. And if nothing else, then I'll just wait for the fucking shit to come back around then at some point in the future. And it'll just add back to itself at that point, 20 fragmentations at a time, or whatever it is then. So it's whatever. But yeah, I want to get all those cards unlocked because I want to put those on my various formations, what it is there, and have actual stuff done, because there are some of them that I actually do need right now in some of the accounts, and there's some of them I don't really need. And the ones that I do really need, they are in, I think I have like some of them where it's like the chemicals or something like that, or it's like fatal chemicals. But I think one of them, it's actually I have fatal chemicals or whatever, but I don't have the chemical one set off yet is what it is. So I need to get that one unlocked to where I can then have both of those things in conjunction with each other. And so what happens is when you're actually having battles and stuff, what you're doing then is you're having your first dude in the battle in your formation have the chemical card on it, and it's hitting that for whatever, and like, you know, causing the attackers to get fucked up with the chemicals or whatever then. And then eventually it goes to the other thing, then it goes to the fatal chemicals eventually then. And it's actually like making more and more damage happen to those dudes because of that is what it is there. So it actually works out really well in the long run for you. But unfortunately, it is actually a detriment when you don't have all those together because you don't have the ability to actually bring them all into the fold. And so what's end up happening then is you have basically a lot of neglect happening in that situation, and it basically becomes a whole shit show is what it is there. So yeah, it kind of sucks. But anyway, I'm going to go check my food because I'm sure it's probably cold by now. So I'm probably going to put it back in the microwave or put it back in the toaster one more time is what it is then for a couple minutes and make sure it comes out hot and done completely is what it is. And then I will eat it from there is what it is then. So hope you guys enjoyed this episode. I will see y'all in the next one. It's been fun. It's been real. It's been kind of aggravating, though, in some aspects because people are just scumbags and they want to keep being scumbags. So, yeah, unfortunately, you can't reason with assholes is what it is, dude. So you either got to put them down, put them out, or you got to deal with them accordingly at that point. And it's basically distance yourself from them as much as possible. So I tend to do the second one as much as I possibly can. And there's a reason why I've cut people out of my life in the last couple of years now because of that, because there's no reason for me to be part of that. Toxic environment their breeding is what it is. So, like I said, I'm almost 40 years old now. I don't need this aggravation in my life at 40 years old. I'd much rather have I'd much rather be de-stressing and focusing on real life issues like, you know, running for a little office potentially next year and doing other stuff like that to where I can actually have a, you know, halfway decent career in my second half of my life, is what it is, dude, because I realized recently, after it's all said and done and how much sulking I've been doing over mom's death in the last year, like, I do want to live. I do want to make something of myself. I do want to have a family. I do want to be a father, all that good stuff. And it all starts by, you know, getting on my feet at this point and doing what I need to do to basically get ahead is what it is there. And it starts by, you know, actually making a better life with myself. It's a good thing I got over what I did, dude, because now everybody else is jumping over here now. Yeah, I was like, had all my accounts over here now for like the last couple hours, and now everybody else is like, hey, where are we at now or whatever. And it's like, oh, okay, well, I'll see what's going on. So it's funny. But anyway, yeah, I think everybody's just gearing up for the coming columns as it is in about 90 minutes. So, which is what I plan on doing momentarily here. As soon as I go after a bunch of carnivores stuff on the battlefield. Yeah, that's the one thing I realized too is that carnivore shop was definitely a game changer in the long run. Look, that is one thing I wish they would bring a little bit earlier on in the game, because if you had it in like season 6 or 7 or whatever, it would be a lot better because it would allow for players to be able to get ahead a lot more when it comes to not getting fucked over and running out of like long ranges and stuff like that. So, but anyway, not to mention the fact that when they got season 8 now, where they, for some retarded ass reason, like down the fucking amount of fragmentate or amount of long ranges they're giving you, which is like, what the hell, dude? Because you were giving us 450 up to this point, and now you're taking it down to like 300. So what the fuck? Makes no sense at all to me. So, yeah, looks like people got a thing on over here. That's cool. So, what the fuck is that? Yeah, there's 2 of them over here actually that people did. That's cool. I'll grab both of those if that be the case. Get my Yeah, some people did some whatchamacallits here. Some of the Mize Walker things or whatever for the Negan fragmentation stuff for the season. Which, by the way, I'm pretty close to getting my Negan leveled out again now. It's about, I think, 18 to go or something now is what it is or something on my main account before I can get it to a point where it's going to do the jump up and be able to have its march capacity increasing or whatever then. So that should work out pretty well. Hopefully it does. Fingers crossed. And if it does in the long run, I'll be able to get a lot better overall. That's what it is. So, and that is my plan right now, is to do that stuff. So as long as I can get that done, it'll be a much better place to be than that's what it is. So yeah, like I said, that being said, I'm going to go put the I'm going to go check the actual thing itself out there and see how warm it is to touch. I'm sure it's probably pretty much cold again now, so I'm probably just gonna put it back in the. I may just do like a partial cook in the toaster then on that one, where I just put it in there to get like kind of like warmed up a little bit for about 10-20 seconds, something like that, and then I just hit the fucking eject button thing or whatever then to stop it then, because it should be pretty much close to cook through right now is what it is. It's just a matter of, like I said, getting the shit. So, but anyway, it's whatever. But yeah, it's always nice to be able to get some extra dudes here is what it is. So then of course I'm gonna go do all my whatchamacallits while I can before the comms today, so we can get a bunch of extra boxing gloves then. So, which I realized in my second account I should have held off on the third hit on the boxing gloves, because I was able to get more than enough through, and I had like a few extra million where it would have been closer to the 20 million mark that I didn't have in place yet for today, because it's not until tomorrow is when that actually happens. So, but whatever. So anyway, but yeah, it's the whole thing, man. And like I said, really it's just a matter of time before we can get everything going and go from there basically, and do what needs to be done to get things done. And hopefully by then it'll just be an issue of, like I said, just being able to get what we need to get, really is what it is, and go from there. So, and then yeah, if nothing else, I'll be doing maybe a stream later tonight or something like that on the main account for the network there, and have it be something where we're talking about knives and stuff. If I'm able to pick up some of the knives then today or tomorrow. So it depends. Like I said, if I can get it done today, I'll definitely do it tonight then as a stream and show off the kind of the cool knives, which will be like Christmas gift for myself. It'll be then basically, because I don't know if we're gonna make it to Christmas at this point, honestly, with the way things are going, with all the different fuckery going on in our country right now is what it is, and fucking Democrat Party is literally trying to make a shadow government right now. So, actually, I'm sorry, they've already made a shadow government. Let's be honest about ourselves on that one. They're simply admitting to it at this point is what it is. So they're talking about like that piece of shit Schiff and everybody else like that being like some backdoor AG and stuff for the Democrat Party, and it's like, the hell he is, motherfuckers. It's like, nah, bitch. It's gonna be Matt Gaetz as the actual AG of this fucking country, you dicks. No. But anyway, yeah, this has been over 2 hours though, so I definitely need to stop right now because I don't know how much time I got left on the StreamYard for this month right now. But anyway, but yeah, I'll be like I said, I'll be back at some point for something, and until then, it's been fun. It's been real. It's been eye-opening of how much of a bunch of scumbags some people are in this game. unfortunately, because there's going to be dicks. And yeah, it sucks, dude. It really does. It's very unfun. I'll say that much about it. And it doesn't need to be that way. The game, and that's the thing, right? The game should, these kind of games should breed fun and friendship and mutual admiration, if you will. It shouldn't breed toxic environments where you just got a bunch of assholes that are just constantly attacking other people, is what it is, because they want to be dicks and act like they're all king shit when in reality there's some pussy ass little kid, is what it is, dude, with mommy and daddy's credit card. So, anyway. Those are the kind of kids that need to get their asses kicked in real life, by the way. A lot of the time. They're also the kids that need to be spanked by their parents a lot of the time before they become adults, because those tend to be the ones that think there's no consequences for their actions later on and think that money can just buy everything and buy their way out of life and stuff like that. And then they end up, like that Ethan Couch kid, and fucking kill a bunch of people and then try to buy off their fucking families and shit then. Which, I don't know how the fuck that kid didn't get I feel like I don't know if he did he get life imprisonment. I know he fled. I remember him fleeing to Mexico with his mother. I know they eventually got caught, and I know they got extradited back to America here. I don't know what his actual charges were after the fact. Like, I know she got aiding and abetting, I think is what it is, or something like that. And I think maybe he got a couple extra years or something like that, but it wasn't like life imprisonment or death penalty or whatever it is, which fucking should have been, honestly, in Texas there. Because, the guy murdered 4 people while he was underage drinking behind the fucking wheel, is what it is, dude. So, yeah, it's just fucked up, man. And then trying to claim, I think it was affluenza is what the charge was that they claimed, or the bullshit fucking case his dumbass lawyer made is what it was. Claiming he was too rich to know any better, and it's go fuck yourself, dude. That dude was the white Ben Crump, basically, which is nothing more than an ambulance chasing piece of shit at that point, dude. And I say that because officer doesn't know about Ben Crump. That fucking idiot, I guess, in the last day or two is now trying to file some BS lawsuit against the federal government on behalf of the family of Malcolm X or whatever, claiming that X was killed because of government fuckery or whatever. But from my understanding, I remember reading about that guy being killed back in the day. And from my understanding, he was actually killed by Islam, if I'm not mistaken. It was because he was a follower of the Nation of Islam at the time or whatever. And then he was trying to leave it or whatever and call him out or whatever or something like that. And it was 2 guys that literally walked up into one of his events and had a sawed off in their fucking coat or something like that, pulled it out and just blew his fucking, big ass hole through his chest or something like that's what it was or some shit. So, yeah, it's just fucking nonsense what it is there on that one. And again, it's just frivolous lawsuit bullshit, and that fucking scumbag Crump should have been disbarred many, many years ago during the Trayvon case is what it is there, dude. For telling people to lie on under oath on the stand is what it is there. So, anyway. But, yeah, on that note, that's where we're going to leave it at. So, hope you guys enjoyed this game stream / live stream is what it is at the end of the day with this 2 hours and some change. So, anyway, peace out, y'all. Later. Gators.